Good morning, students. In the previous class, we have started the lesson photosynthesis. There too we have discussed regarding the different activities through which we can prove that the presence of essential raw materials without which the process of photosynthesis cannot be fulfilled. There too we have discussed in the activity mode that how we can prove that the sunlight, carbon dioxide, as well as the pigment chlorophyll, they are important to carry out the process of photosynthesis. Today we'll discuss about the aspect that where does the photosynthesis do takes place. As we all know, the green plants, they are photoautotrophs, means they are able to prepare their own food in the presence of sunlight, and due to having specific pigments which are called as chloroplasts. So today we'll discuss about the structure of the chloroplast. As we know, the chloroplast, they are present within the leaves, and within them, within the mesophyll cells, they are present in within the mesophyll cells, and they are aligned in such a way so that they may be able to trap much more amount of solar radiation so that they can perform the process of photosynthesis efficiently. As do we have discussed the structure of the mitochondria as well as the chloroplast also in the previous lesson. There do we have discussed that both are double membrane structure and they are semi-autonomous organelles. So we have discussed before that the chloroplast is a membranous system. It is double membrane structure, the outer membrane and the inner membrane. In between the two membranes, it is having the intermembranous space, and it consists of the grana. So these are the different grana, and these grana, they are made up of individual units which are called as thylakoids. Means when the thylakoids, they are stacked one over above the other, then the structure compositely is called as grana. Just you consider, with the help of an model, we can try to understand the structure of the grana. Just you consider, these are the individual thylakoid units and they are stacked one above the other to form a composite structure which is called as grana. So here we can see the three granum. They are placed and they are also interconnected through a membranous structure which is called as stroma lamellae, through which they show interconnections, and that the structure is called as stroma lamellae. So the grana, they are interconnected through the stroma lamellae which is present within the matrix which is called the stroma, and we can also observe the DNA which is present, and also the ribosomes are present within which, due to which they are able to prepare or synthesize some of their proteins, and they also show the presence of starch granules as well as lipid droplets stored within the stroma. Now, as for the reaction part is concerned, it shows a clear indication of division of labor. Means to say the specific structure is responsible to carry out the function much more efficiently. As the membrane system, which is responsible to trap the light of the solar energy, and it helps in the synthesis of ATP and NADPH. So the grana, which is made up of thylakoid units, it helps to trap the solar energy, and in the presence of light reaction it helps to prepare or make ATP and NADPH. Whereas the stroma, which is the matrix part, it helps to convert the carbon dioxide. It helps to incorporate the carbon dioxide into the plant, and it helps in the synthesis or the formation of carbohydrates. So the ATP or NADPH, which is formed during the light reaction, it helps to complete the reaction during the process which occurs within the stroma. So as we have discussed, the membrane system, which is responsible to trap the light energy, and also it helps in the synthesis of ATP and NADPH, means the light reaction takes place within these grana, and here the synthesis of ATP and NADPH takes place, whereas in the stroma the enzymatic reactions incorporate carbon dioxide and within the plant body and helps in the synthesis of sugar, and which in turn it transforms into starch. As we know, the plant body, it stores the excess amount of glucose in the form of starch. So the former set of reaction which occurs within the grana is called as light reaction, whereas the latter reaction which takes place within the stroma, they are not light driven reaction, but they depend upon the products of the light reactions. So as we have discussed, during the light reaction, the ATP and NADPH, they are produced and they are playing important role to carry out the process which is dark reaction, in which the carbon dioxide is reduced and the carbohydrate is formed. So by convention we may call it as dark reaction, but we should not mislead or think like that. So it takes place in the darkness. Just for the understanding, we have named it dark reaction, but the light reaction, the products which are formed, it helps to carry out the process of the dark reaction. So to memorize that where the light reaction takes place, we may form a code, that is LG. That is LG is we are familiar with these two letters. It is a famous brand. So also we may understand that L for light and G for grana, means it should not be confused that the light reaction takes place within the grana. So obviously the other one, which is the dark reaction, it takes place within the stroma. So like that we may try to memorize it, that the light reaction, it takes place within the grana, in which the ATP and NADPH is formed, and whereas the dark reaction takes place within the stroma, in which the products which are the ATP and NADPH has been formed within the light reaction. It helps to carry out the further on reaction, that is the dark reaction, and it helps in the fixation of the carbon dioxide into carbohydrate. So till so far here, thank you, have a nice day.